everybody, my name is Allison. I'm the Director of Risk Tolerance here at Simpler Trading. And in this video, I just want to do a follow-up on a trade we talked about last week, JP and also share a potential new trade idea for this week. So last week we talked about this JP setup. It had a beautiful squeeze. We started to get a bullish signal at the compound breakout tool, momentum's building up from the zero line, plenty of room to move higher. We have an overall bullish trend, some nice bullish divergent bars. Those got their follow throughs with the higher high. Yesterday we made another one that got a follow through with the higher high. So we've taken this setup over in the small lots room here at Simpler Trading, and we've also taken this over in the Mastering the Trade room here at Simpler Trading. And we've been able to lock in some quick profits along the way. So jumped in on the 9th, took a quick win on the 16th, re-engaged because I still liked everything about this setup. I think that's when we talked about it. Took another quick win on the 18th, re-engaged once again, and then took a nice profit this morning. Now, I do think this still has room to move higher given the momentum. So if you left runners on, I say everything so far so good, right? It's not pulling back. Like I said, there's still room to the upside here on the Awesome Oscillator. If you wanted to time for a re-entry on this again, which I wouldn't blame you given the energy, I would, given the fact that it's nowhere near daily support, try and drill into a smaller time frame, like maybe the 30-minute or the hourly. See if that, at the very least, can come back into support levels. See, it's still elevated right now. And try and time your entry maybe a little bit better off of that if you want to. Otherwise, though, I do think there are a few places in financials that are setting up with a similar setup to JP which has already started its move. And one of those is in SCHW. So SCHW is one that we've been eyeing for quite some time in the small lots room, trying to time our entry. It did get that bullish divergent bar yesterday. Oh, I'm a little frustrated at that. We were watching this close into the close yesterday, and it was still not quite creating this signal, so it must have printed right at the end of the day. Nice setup. If you did jump into it, you've already gotten the follow through with the higher high. But as I talked about, it still has this really great squeeze. This is still a little bit more consolidation. I would like to see it turn a bit more bullish like we did on JP but you at least have that bullish trend. Bollinger Bands are attempting to flare open. And you do still have intraday squeezes like the 4-hour. That's starting to get a bullish signal, at least on the compound breakout tool. Once again, Bollinger Band starting to open up. Doesn't have the 1-hour squeeze, but it has some 1-hour true lows. So I like this setup. I think this also looks like a potential valid trade idea. I might wait until the close today personally before putting something on in case it can pull back a little bit for a better entry. But a few different ways I was eyeing this on SCHW. One of them was just as simple as going out to the July monthly. That's after the anticipated next earnings, so that should already help protect some on theta decay as well as the time on the expiration. And then maybe going with something like a long call out of the money. The 92.50 strike is $1.83. You could also consider a spread if you want to keep that capital cost a little bit lower. The 92.50, 95 strike is 81 cents. I think if I were to go out to July monthly, though, I'd prefer the long call to start to play this run up towards 95 or maybe higher. So if you wanted to go more with the spread, you might consider bumping it in, maybe going to July 3rd's expiration. And of course, these are relatively cheap, so I don't know if you'd really want to go with the spread, but if you did, you could start in the money, do something like the 90, 93. That's $1.04, still a great profit potential of 196. And then if it starts to stair step up as it did back here off of this prior squeeze, you can look to lock in that quick win. So just a few different trade ideas depending on what your risk tolerance is and your time frame that you want to hold on to this trade for. But I think SCHW is another good contender, especially if you want to look at something that hasn't yet started to move like JP has. As always, may the trade be with you, my fellow Jedis. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to talking to you all next time. Bye.
Hey,
Allison Ostrander here, Director of Risk Tolerance at Simpler Trading. Thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like and comment down below to help us out. Also, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon so you can get notified when we release our next video. And if you want to watch us trade in real time using our own money, go to simplertrading.com to learn how to sign up. As always, may the trade be with you, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.